pressurizing, the charts are bold. Daily bands rapping, stories untold. Riding with rocket scooter AI, up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade hold never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red flashing, voices loud, future kings spinning on their cloud. Riding with rocket scooter AI, up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade hold never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Treading on, the pulse ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Trees of gold, endless fight, push on through the endless night. Riding with rocket scooter AI, up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red flashing, voices loud, future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with AI, up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, tracking the charts, midnight glory. Time to read all it's blending, mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight, push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
Hey friends, what's up? Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Friends, what's up? You know what time? You know what Friday is? Friday's that time again. ETF Friday. We're gonna make 4 direct funded accounts today. You know the drill. Hold on 1 second. Let me get all my stuff up here. What am I trying to do? Oh yeah. I'm gonna wake up. Going on here, $199 sim fund and reset, still with the core accounts in my fund and futures. That's incredible. 40% off TPT, 50% off Apex. Very cool. Still going on 40% flash eval resets. All right. Is it 80 on Apex today? %. It's 80 today. Yeah. I was saying. I'm trying to like, make sure I let you guys know what's going on. $40 resets. Yeah. All right. What's up, guys? Good morning. All right, get ready to roll. I've made no trades overnight. I don't even know what the market looks like. Let's take a look. How are y'all doing today, friends? Everybody, good morning. Wildberries, Moneymaker, Jose, Alec, Lee Media, Mitz, Levi, Wildberry, Simon Dean. Good morning, boom. Morning. Everybody press the like button. New thing. We got to get to 500 likes to trigger the giveaway. If you don't, we cancel the giveaway. So everybody has to do it. Looks like the market's gone nowhere. Oh, y'all are so helpful today. I love it. What's up, Joel, Albert, Full Tilt, Slick Rick, Sticky, Pips, friends, reading all the... Let's get going because I got a little late start today. Surprise Matt with a bunch of likes waiting for him. Oh, y'all are so sweet. I love it. Okay. How was your week of trading? Julian, what's up, man? It was pretty good. Really good. Actually hit 20K yesterday. All right, let's get started. I don't think I had a losing day this week. It's a fairly decent week. Today at noon is the Tradeify Apex Legends tournament that I'll be competing in. So you guys can catch me on that. I'm probably not gonna be able to do My Fun and TV today. So as soon as we're over the stream here, I'm gonna head over there. I think they're gonna live stream it. So okay. What am I trying to do here? Brain is all. Let's wake up, Matt. It's Monday morning, Friday morning. Yeah, that's why it's telling it's Monday morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hit that like button. Let's go. Get those likes up, people. Like it. I was just about to do something. I can't remember what I was trying to do. Oh, let me double check on this. Sure, all my an X account through here. Asked to yesterday. Log in. That's what I need to do. Looks like they should all be there. No. Jesus Christ. Okay. I didn't show up today. Let me look at this. All right, guys. Well, looks like fun to next. I got one of my accounts never showed up. Oh yeah. I'm telling you. I'm down one account today. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I would have blown it up anyways. 100K payout. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work on right now. My new decision with Fund Next is to hold off on any small payouts and go for like the first 100K payout they've had in futures, just to do it. I got 2 fresh new pass from the last batch, or from the last sale. I got two no DLL accounts, and then I to re-up those and then asked them, and then only one showed up. It's funded. Very sad. You're trying to nerf me. That's fucking right. What's up, Eric? Welcome as Rocket Cadet. What's up, bud? Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Do me a favor. Y'all are getting it 50% already out the door. That's the way to do it. Okay, looks like we're trucking along flat. We got Michigan numbers today. It's going to be slightly after the Michigan numbers come right out at 9. So, yeah, a little bit of time, then they come through. 9 my time, so 10 Eastern. Can I please answer your query? Do I have to manually log out and log into different props that you trade? No. The way that you can do it is you can open up different instances of Trade-Evade. So you can open up a Trade-Evade in different browser tabs, and each new tab can be from a different prop firm. And inside of that tab, you can switch between your accounts, yeah. And you can do what I do is Trade-Evade Desktop is tied into one of my firms as well. The desktop runs my Tradeify. Somebody said, Matt, can you please refund 7 months of billing? It's supposed to be a 20-day training, and you decided to leave the group and haven't been back. No. You cancel your thing and it stops charging you. How's that our fault? If you leave the group, you go click the cancel button. Like Netflix or something, right? You subscribe to something, you should probably click the cancel button if you don't want to release. Don't just leave it behind. That's on you, my friend. You can cancel it now if you don't want to get charged anymore, but when you go to the site, it certainly says $20 a month. That's a little gauche of a request. I'll remind you, since we're live on air, and I'll remind everyone else here. 18 per month. So make sure you guys pay attention to the fact that you're charged every month. All right. Yeah, right. Y'all be nice. mean, I'll be nice and give you like the last month, this month refund, but the other 6 months, if you're paying for it, you're gonna pay for it. That's like how it works, I guess. Shouldn't be down? I'm not really sure. I got a song for that. You're only able to have 2 Trade-A-Bait sessions open? In web or what? Bootcamp is $20 a month. I repeat, $20 a month for bootcamp. It's a 2-month process, but the original bootcamp is only 17 classes. Month 2, we do extra stuff like prop firms and things like that in that bootcamp series. Then we do, the platform is $99 for the first month, $159 each month after, and the current sale we have going on, and that is also coming with the bootcamp free. Haven't been staying in my house lately because you're in Thailand, where if the bank will give your installments back, I decided just to leave and something like that. Yeah. So letting you guys know, bootcamp is a perpetual thing. We do training. We just, there's only 17 classes and 3 bonus classes in the bootcamp, but the bootcamp is a daily thing. We're always doing something. Even outside the original classes, we're doing bonus classes, trader funding program, masterclass, futures masterclass. We do all kind of extra stuff in the bootcamp. It's a daily training thing. And basically throughout the 2-month period, we usually take a 2-week break. So it's like 6 weeks on, 2 weeks off. It's only so I can save my voice. I tend to lose my voice, as we did boot camp back to back to back in the day with no break. I started to get hoarse and losing my voice. You can hear it in some of the videos in January. Some videos that sound hoarse as crap. Hey, Matt, it's me, Ryan. What's up, Ryan? It's Pickle awake. Yeah. I still in bed. Okay. Which month will I trade after September? December? Time the bootcamp sessions. You can watch them at your own time. They're going to be late for you because they're at market close. They're at 4 p.m. Eastern, which is going to be late for you if you're in India. But you can watch the videos on your own time. Yeah. I'll let you know, Ryan, when he wakes up. You know I will. Ready to crush it today, guys. All right, Fridays historically have been really shitty. Markets just fallen, stayed low. But hopefully today, this Friday will be really good. No, did I trade overnight? No, sir. No overnight trades. Last night or 2 nights ago, I traded because we were very close to MHP. We had an actionable pivot, but this, we weren't close to anything I wanted to trade. So I didn't actually go anywhere close to the market. Took it easy. Way easy today. What do I got going on here? Make sure the dynamics are up to date on here on the screen. $887. 948. Okay. Michigan numbers are coming out 30 minutes after market opens. That's the big thing today. Another thing is, from the last Fund and X no DLL sale, I had 2 no DLL accounts that I grabbed from it. I passed both of them, and then yesterday, I actually passed both of them yesterday, and one of them showed up today, one of them didn't. Alarming. Still having glitches and bugs over there. So my report today will only have 6 of the Fund and X accounts going. Oh shoot! I didn't even open my funded. You know what? I have a feeling that today's a sign I shouldn't be trading. I feel like today's a sign that it's going to be another weird Friday. I have a feeling. Okay, but no, actually, no, I think it's gonna probably be a good Friday. All right, let's talk about the state of the volatility today. VIX is pretty good. VIX is in decay. Remember yesterday, right? Market dipped and then VIX just barely moved. As we teach you guys, VIX is below the triple B line. As you know, that is our key indicator. September is right there. Oops. I feel like this one. Oh, let me make that one gray. When you're below this line, VIX is very hard to move. And VIX is in that just pressed down and decay. So VIX barely moved. So at the open, VIX very popped yesterday. We got that little dip. Here at the like basically pre-market CPI, VIX dipped, came back to where we started, and the market dipped, came back to where we started. VIX barely moved below triple E, so you expect. VIX below 100, this is what happens. You can expect that the dips get bought up very quickly. This is a trick that most people say is one of their favorite tricks from the boot camp. They can use VIX all day long to like, oh, if Michigan numbers have a really quick, dirty pop and it falls to hedge pressure, I'm going to buy right at hedge pressure and hope it comes right back to start and close or right back out on that V. Because there shouldn't be a V because VIX is small. Now, if VIX breaks previous day's highs and keeps going, then you're going to have a sell-off. You know you are, and that sell-off will likely not recover. Will likely close low. So this is a trick when you have that nice bearish VIX futures pop and continue to press higher, you know, above previous day's highs, and VVIX runs to 100, that day's not going to recover. Don't hold the bag. Easy as that. So it looks like S&P actually last night got very close to my dynamic. Whoa, I didn't even know S&P did this. Shit, that would have been a good trade, but that was like at 3 in the morning, so very nice. So S&P hit monthly hedge 23,948, and this got close. Oh, neat. Looks like it's actually tradable. When I was looking like this, it looks like it wasn't that tradable, but it was pretty close. At least S&P was close. Okay. All right, y'all. Woo! I'm ready to make some money. I'm ready to make some money today. 63.75 today. Nope, sorry. 65.75. Right on point. That's the new hedge pressure model. 560. Perfect. All right, some stuff here going on. All right. I got a report today. Let me read you guys some of it. I got a report from Humble Trader Garrett, who's been sharing data with me. Backtest. One of our members has volunteered just to collect data and make a backtest for you guys. What's up? So after 200 days since we've had the reformulated weekly hedge pressure was reformulated to have a more rigorous Tuesday and Thursday model. All conditions test, which means no confluence, all conditions, which we used to think hedge pressure was closer to 60%. All conditions, SPY hedge pressure, open above, close above, is 67%. Total of all days. Well, actually, let me start over. This is total 67% of the days. I don't know the probability. Hold on, wait, before I share this. Of the spectrum of 100%, 67 open above and closed above. So I have to actually do the math here. You present it in a weird way. So let's do the math here. 67% open above, close above, 16% broke. So this is the real spectrum, 67 out of 83. So whatever 67, I'll just do one of them, divided by 83, is the probability that you have same side open. Whatever that is. Just say 69, LOL. So he actually just showed this. He showed like the pie chart of all of them. So 80% same side open and close. That's incredible. So the new blue hedge pressure over the last 200 days since the reformulation is 80% same side open and close on the top side, on the bull side. So if you open above, you stay above 80% of the time. All conditions, that's with no confluence. That's without that's without weekly res influence. SPY MHP, 74% no break. So SPY MHP stays on the same side, all conditions, 74% of the time on both sides. With confluence, that's where we say it's closer to like 90 when you have MHP resilience. So this is without confluence. So this is in all cases. So in all cases, in the last 200 days back test up to today, MHP 70%, 74%, hedge pressure 80%. Under all conditions, that's not even including with resilience confluence, then that's where it goes up. This is better than the small term back test that we did when we reformulated earlier in the year. Incredible. Okay. That's it. So that's the data. And he reported all of them. QQQ is very similar. That was for SPY. QQQ is similar. 15% of days total broke MHP in the 200 days. Now the 200 days has included a market crash, so that's pretty decent stats. 15% total broke down, 11% broke up, 74% no break. So you're talking like less than 10% of break chance for the most part. Closer to 90. 74 over 89. Incredible. Same side, bull side, same side open is 83% on a 200-day backtest, which includes the market crashing today under no confluent conditions. 83% MHP bounces. 15 divided by 83 is 17%. 18%. That we broke, which also includes the crash data where we broke every day. So that data is obviously skewed towards crash. So even with the market crash, this is what you're dealing with. That's why we're here. Thank you very much, Garrett, for the backtest update. Incredible. We'll have to make a new graphic and give that out in the next month boot camp. That way now we have almost over half a year's worth of data. He's been collecting this for a very long time, and this is the new formulation included a more rigorous Tuesday and Thursday model when we had a lighter model, thinking they were unimportant. And then after a year of back testing that, we realized it was important. We need to reformulate. Tuesday and Thursdays and 0 days are a bigger deal than we thought. So then we reformulated it with the rigorous model, which took some time, and then we tested it for a while, then it got implemented. So it was over a year-long process just to change the blue hedge pressure. And that's why it was, so a couple years back, they introduced Tuesday and Thursday expiring options. Handful, like mini, it was probably like after COVID, I think, somewhere in there. Very, very, very cool. Does the blue line automatically show up on the Rocket Scooter platform? It does. These two are futures, not yet. This is still in a project being worked on, but yeah. I really, really appreciate Garrett, man. Waking up every single day, logging the data, doing that back test for us. Garrett's another lifetime member. This is what's great about Rocket Scooter. The people here, it's just a bunch of people excited about making something and building something. They're all part of it, just to volunteer. And when we have something cool we're working on, they collect the data, they advise me on what they see, we work on things. It was Garrett and Ian who their data, after they gave it to us, had us remove some of the liquidity map plans. We used to have a short off of the BSD and BRSDs. We're like, well, let's just short off a hedge pressure. We found out on the shorter term back test that they did was that it was a 60% chance or 40% chance that we broke, and a 60% chance we bounced. And this was what the back test showed. And it's like, even though this is a bearish setup, most of the time it would break through, or not most of the time, but 40% of the time would break through, hit MHP, and then sell. It was MHP that was a stronger pivot. Because it was a 60-40, their data allowed us to decide to remove the red short arrow because it was almost like slightly better than a coin flip. It became a B setup at that time. And so B setup we just removed it. And that's why it's like, we don't do anything here. Let it hit MHP, then you can take, and the short is very probable there. And that's kind of like what their back test leads us to do. So we take that data and we look at it and we see, okay, what's strong and what's weak. And then we focus on what's strong. And then we have more back tests. Then we focus on what's strong and we remove the weaker parts and keep the stronger parts. In every iteration of these back tests, liquidity maps have gotten stronger and stronger and stronger because we've emphasized which of these are the strongest, and we give them N's for very strong. We give them mediums for very weak. For medium strong, and S for very weak. So that data he gives me is going to change this, if it does change this at all. We might find out with over 80% chance of blue being a bounce 1B, that's where that medium comes from, 80%. That's why your hedge pressures are medium trades. And that confirms that M should be there. So all our position guidelines come from that data that these guys are doing. So very, 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 very cool. All right, guys. We open in 7 minutes. Smash the like button. We got to get to 500 likes to do a giveaway. Today, we're giving away 4 direct to funded Elite Trader funding accounts. You'll be a funded trader if you win. Funded immediately. These are their most expensive accounts. These are their best ones for funded 50Ks. So they have 25 50Ks. So we're giving 4 of those away today. Every Friday, we give away 4. It's a really awesome program. Can you have one? Yeah, smash the like button. Range today is tight. I think with today's setup, we are opening extremely flat today. We dipped, came back to here. We have Michigan numbers coming out with the flat open. You guys know the drill. What I normally do is I just take a stab, one contract, one account, just in case it pops. And if it dips, there's nothing to dip to except for strong pivots, which we've already dipped overnight. So I'd like to say that I think today is going to be a quick move to the upside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to long. Nasdaq was the weaker of the week, so that's one that's probably going to move. I'm going to long it open on bull long up with one Nasdaq. One contract, one account each place. So I filled out my form. I passed my 2 no DLL accounts that I got from the sale, the Funded X sale, right? Crushed them both, passed them both, signed the form for both of them, ended up with just one of the accounts show up. So I'm down one account today. Sad days. Sad days. Got 2 for the price. 1 for the price of 2. Did I say funded? So upper target today, obviously it could be a running day like this. Here's the one thing. We already pressed the Tesla lows today. Usually when this happens, that's it. That's the move. Now S&P has, wait, oh shit. I'm staring at S&P again and I grab Nasdaq again. Okay. So S&P is opening flat, by the way. Nasdaq does have some room to close, which we already kind of bounced off yesterday's close a couple of times. So 45 to 11 is a 30-point dip. At the close, I'd be willing to long or at any strong pivots. I'm going to take just the kind of open long, which is the bull long up trade, which we'll probably have, which is the 1A setup with the small contract. That's 1A with small, same trade I did yesterday. I usually long like basically on any dip I can right before market opens, just to hold into it. Let's see what we got. Nasdaq has been the weaker of the 2 for the last couple weeks, and Nasdaq is very close to all-time highs, and we've had just kind of like this wall of resistance very close to it. The 48 level I think is the all-time highs, or 68 I think, actually 68, yeah. So Nasdaq has 68 just as a psychological number. 68 is the high on Nasdaq. So I'm curious if I want to risk it for the biscuit in 3 accounts rather than 2. All right. Really, the Funded X drama is just like, not really drama, it's administrative, like, and I don't know if it's really them or if it's Trade-Evade or their API with Trade-Evade. It's not like something's going on and it only just delays. It's gonna be like an extra day before I get my account. Kind of annoying, but other than that, the accounts are really good. The rules are so good, it's worth it. Or else I tell them to fuck off. No DLL, no DL uncapped payouts with just a 40% consistency. I'm about to YOLO these guys to 100,000 payout. When I add this to the other ones I have, I'm gonna wait till I get a $100,000 payout and request and be Funded X first futures trader to request a 6-figure payout. That's my new goal. So I'm gonna hold off on payouts with them until I get to the target. Okay, we are opening in 2 minutes. Michigan numbers coming out at 9 o'clock. In reality, if I don't get the opening move here to the upside, It's probably going to dip to strong pivots on Michigan, which is going to come out and show what the real inflation numbers are expected to be over the next year and 5 years. So Michigan comes out with a 5-year inflation expectation and a 1-year inflation expectation. PPI and CPI were both very low this week relative to what the expectations are. Michigan is forecasted a 5% 1-year target over a year ago, or maybe like closer to January when we knew the tariffs were coming out. Michigan numbers were already forecasting like as high as 7% in the 1 year. And we're getting there. We're nowhere close to it. So Michigan numbers are forecasting high. Then once the tariff stuff settled out to what the final numbers were going to be, once Trump's threats were all done, 5% is what the expectation is. And CPI is coming in at 3%. Now the year over year is keeping it low. That's not necessarily the actual inflation numbers. It's the year over year change. But 5% actual inflation is where we are. It's not expected to get much worse. So, that opening bump would be nice. Get a good bull long up here. Bull long up here. Get the bull long up here. Hey everybody, don't forget to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hit that like button. Pop and drop NASDAQ. We hit that 68 level. Oh, NASDAQ went right up to test the highs and turned around, huh? Huh? Is NASDAQ breaking all-time highs today? What do we think, you guys? What do we think? Liquidity map, bull long up just as expected. 1A trade, small contract. Yep. Okay, so next one is S&P. Oh, I've been meaning to have an excuse to play the song. Okay, good. Good. All right, let's do this. I'm queuing it up. I'm queuing it up, baby. I'm queuing it up. I'm ready for it. Liquidity pocket S&P, beautiful. Resilience is beautiful. Let's hang on to it. EST every single time. Hang on, resilience. Don't be the market sell-off day today that we don't want. Be the beautiful, loving, happy day that we all want. Let us have that. So S&P is only 6 points down to liquidity pocket. This is going to be fantastic. The fact that we've already kind of held that all night tells me we're probably going to hold it now. So we might not even get there. But I'm queuing up the EST song just in case. I hate whenever I get a piece of dirt on my thing. It drives me crazy. Hold on. It always drives me crazy where that freaking dirt is too. It's always like a speck of dust, and it just, I have a glass mouse pad so I can hear it. It goes like wherever it is. Let's get rid of you. heck is it? I still can't find it. It always drives me crazy. I can never find it. Get like a piece of dirt or something stuck on the edge here. There we go. All right, get that EST. Let's hit that liquidity pocket, boy. Market dumping a little tiny bit here. Hang in there. Fill the gap on the market here. Filling the gap. Amazon and Meta lost MHP. Oh, baby, we got liquidity pocket over here. We got EST. We're good. We're good. We're good. Opening in pocket. Oh, yeah. We are good. You guys know how much I love pockets. Okay, so resilience is negative right now, so we're getting a little bit opening selling, but you guys know how much I love this. Guys, do me a favor, smash the like button, friends. Everybody here, hit that like button. Let's get it close to 500. 500 triggers the giveaway. 500 before 9 o'clock in the morning, which means I got 23 minutes. EST. Favorite setup. Is this market gonna try to sell off today? The market has been trying to sell off. How's VIX doing? VIX is all right. If this is gonna be another one of those shit Fridays that we know we're talking about, like those kind of Fridays, I'm gonna tell you, man. You know what kind of Friday I'm talking about. The Friday that just falls and stays felled and fold. Just falls and doesn't move. Like we've had like 5 of those Fridays last 2 months. EST every single time. Give me some S&P over here on the side, ready for it. Just hanging on to the NASDAQ through this. S&P, hopefully we get EST play on this. We'll see. Very light VIX on the overshoot here. All right, pretty decent, not too bad on a UVXY. 24,000 Nasdaq hold. I'm adding to S&P at EST right now. $23,992 is index gap fill. Fingers crossed.
Data screams beneath the screen. Artificial minds run lean. Rocket scooter takes the wheel. The truth in charts is raw and red is our leader. Fire in his eyes, guiding the crew through lows and highs. Off MHP and DD lines.
It's all looking good with the negative resilience. Anything can happen on Michigan numbers, so. Why have Fridays traditionally just been shitty? You know what I mean? Like the market just stops being bullish on Fridays these last 2 months. What stock is this? This is S&P and Nasdaq futures. Come on, hang in there. Battle cry. Come on, pocket hold, baby. $40 to 10. Yep, SC bond is correct. $18 minutes from Gusto numbers 2, so that's like a pretty much a crapshoot. But battle cry. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We have a couple more EST songs, by the way. They made it to the finalists. Let's see what we got. I think there's like a couple more. Oh, that's the one. Hold on. That's the one. Okay, hold on. I think we'll just, I won't play the AC/DC song. Hold on. Just because. Yeah. That's just got negative pretty bad. Not really the best, so. We get lucky if we fill the gap at this point now. Lucky if I fill the gap. Red just got a little bit more negative. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna trim back down to 1. The negative res, I'm gonna get back to small. I just dove in at the liquidity pocket. Now I'm holding 1 as a runner. That's it. Res just ticked down, so I closed 1 on the pop. So I'm just gonna hold 2. I had 1, bought 2, closed 1. Just risk management, keeping it light. All right, get the lucky bandana on. I wish the song was like 4 minutes long though. Let's hear it again. I love it. It's only 2 minutes long though. It's a great intro song, dude. You know, like the greatest intro song, anything with AC/DC is like a song for you to walk into a stage on, you know? Like Thunderstruck or something. Let's check NVIDIA back on half gap really quick. NVIDIA press through half gap, good. Resilience getting a tick up. Apple doing nothing crazy, but Apple's right on the edge as well. Bringing MHP to the downside. So keep an eye on Apple. If Apple breaks MHP upside as well as Amazon, those are getting some downside play. But if we get back above here, the market's good. AC/DC, any AC/DC song is like a great walk-in song. Like you're walking into the event. You just sound like such a badass just walking in. So filling the gap with negative res was unlikely, so the stocks are starting to move a little bit. I'm still hanging on. So guys, today, right at noon, I gotta bounce out of here. No My Fun at TV today. I pre-committed to representing My Fun at Futures in today's Tradeify Apex Legends gaming tournament. So I'm gonna be wearing my Fun at Futures shirt and everything. So let's, just a little fun rivalry. We love Tradeify, of course. They're one of our friends and everything. And they're submitting a team, we're submitting a team. So clash of the props. I think you can watch it on the Tradeify stream. My team and I have not put in a lot of practice because they weren't supposed to make it, and they finally are like, yeah, we can make it. So we played like a little bit last night, a little bit the night before, and that's it. And last night one of the dudes couldn't play long, so we're kind of going in fresh with very little practice, but we won some games last night. We didn't even have to try too hard, so we were like, okay, maybe that'll carry us to top 10. We don't know. If I make top 10, I'll be happy. That's pretty much where I'm at. If I make top 10, I'll be happy. But it's fun to show up and be part of the event, right? So, what do we have? These are all the song semifinalists, by the way. Oh wait, hold on. That's the reggae song. We want something a little bit more rock and roll. Every single time, Avril Lavigne version. Yeah. This time they're playing Apex Legends, yeah. This is every single time liquidity pocket trade. I trade it from A to B. I grabbed it in a couple of extra accounts on S&P. My opening trade was in NASDAQ, so every single time bear zone, bull zone, tap. How's the competition work? The video game competition, Tradeify does something like that every month or so. Different games, different things. And so it's just a big community event. All the influencers pretty much show up, or most of them try to, the ones that game. So it's good to like show up and just have fun with all the big peeps out there, all the big names. Brett will be out there on a team. I think Wep was playing, if you guys know that guy. Who else is gonna be playing? Well, let me see the tournament. Looking for a squad. Who is going to be there? Let's see who you know that will have a team. Let me go check. As far as, let me see if I can see the roster. Yeah, Wep will be there. He's another prop dude. Brett will be there with the team. I'll be there with the team. Depending on the game, different people show up, so. You like the music? New here? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. If you like the music.
Hi, my name is Dave, and I caught the dip.
We must give our love to Dave, who caught the dip of liquidity pocket. Charlie Kirk, FBI Press starting in 2 minutes. It'd be so weird if the stock market moved on something related to that.
On the 5-minute heart skipped a beat, formed a little hammer, looked kinda neat. No confirmation, no real bias, but I hit.
I actually should get my guitar.
I'm red in the face, summer was thin, tape was slow, but something inside said, bro, just go. 20 handles later, it dumped on me. Should have waited for the MHP. Welcome to knife catchers and knives.
You caught the pocket?
We buy the blood and pray it's bottomish. You win, I'm in, you short. Too late. All counts. Account liquidated. FOMO strong. My hands are.
Guys, hit the like button. We got ETF giveaway coming up in about an hour. 4 direct to funded program accounts, direct to funded. So skip the eval, go straight to funded. Very awesome program. So the thing is that the Michigan numbers coming out, we'd like to see resiliences get positive. They're not positive yet, so that's not the best. This is still resistance. I'm hanging on just in case stocks hit positive. I don't have the full confluence, why I trim back down to 1. If Michigan numbers kick us down to here, losing 65.84 market's going to crash. And I'm trading proxy by NASDAQ, but I'm watching the S&P because that's where the support is in the market. S&P's strength is stronger than NASDAQ's resistance. Is always something you need to remember. So while NASDAQ has been selling off a little harder, S&P hopefully will have the entire market looking okay, that people will rotate in. The problem is that Apple's on top of MHP, good. Nvidia above MHP, good. Amazon, fuck you, Amazon. Yeah. Microsoft, okay, but could be better. Meta, not so great. Got a mixed bag in tech today, and I'm going to say that. Let me pull up the sector tracker.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I caught.
I play this song every time I get liquidated. It just makes you feel better. It does, right? It soothes the burn a little bit.
Again.
The song is Liquidation Burn Ointment. It makes me feel so much better after blowing up a couple accounts. I don't feel so bad. I feel worse for Dave. He's in a worse spot. Whoever wrote that song, She's So Fine, man. That was such a hilarious song. All right. These are all the songs that made it to the semifinals, by the way, in our songwriting contest. All right. This song I thought was good too. I think as far as intro songs go, imagine this. Ready?
Let go from his job, was making a great wage. He studied chemical.
And then we blast into whatever montage that we open up with the opening video.
Started on a journey.
And it goes like when the music kicks in. Imagine this. I'm just playing it for you. Imagine this. Something like that, like a rock song. It's a good intro sound to it, kind of. Every time I hear songs, I like see things with them. Like I feel like I should have been a movie producer in another life, or a director. All right, 5 minutes until my gamble either pays off or doesn't. So I'm gonna hold into Michigan numbers. I believe they're gonna come through. Let's get a little bit ahead. I believe the Michigan numbers should come in relatively less than 5. Any bad news is probably good news on the inflation front. As Powell has basically stated at Jackson Hole, they're gonna practically ignore inflation as part of their mandate. Their dual mandate focuses on job market as well, and that's their prime directive right now is job market. So even if the Michigan numbers come out at like 6% on the 1 year and the market dips, I think people will buy it up. I don't know. The Rockets cooter. Every single time, Bear Zone, Bull Zone, EST. Matt stands alone. Negative res, we're still filling the gap. So now this is it. This is resistance here. It's gonna have a hard time pushing until the stocks get up. Now S&P is close to zero. Close to zero is above the zero. It's like tennis. On the line's over the line. That's the way we call it. Should I take the pocket and close out? I can take the pocket and close out. I'll close out. Okay, I flat out on that one. That's pretty good. That's like 3,000 bucks in the accounts. I only hit it. I was only playing in 5 of the accounts. Negative res, I didn't hit all my accounts at Bear Zone Top, even though it's EST. Negative res, hit it only with half. The best to do it live. At least the best music. That's one thing we do have. All right, so the question is, I kind of like to play yes on Bull Zone Break. I'm gonna leave a runner in 3 of the accounts just for just your Michigan numbers. That song. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. We're gonna have like a really good rock playlist. We want the market to move. All right. 2 minutes up till Michigan. The quarter is getting thin. Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I trimmed down just the 3 accounts, 1 contract each, considering my runners. They're at my, so I closed out my trade of fives. I'm just in my fund and next now. Yeah, I think Gamma was right with the, this is order book showing thinness. Michigan numbers look like they pop through. Let's see if we get what we got here. Five-year got slightly bigger, 1 year, no change. Consumer expectations down 3, consumer sentiment down 3. Current conditions pretty much the same. Expected. This is expected. People are expecting Michigan numbers to show the reflection of current state of things, which is just not that great. All right, runners, do your job, baby. Do your thing. Open inside of liquidity pocket, likely to close inside of liquidity pocket is the normal. Breaking through and continuing to go under current conditions. Only about a 20% chance or 10% chance we break through bull zone and keep going. Trying to draw it. Oops. But you know Blind Monkey, right? Ugh. So not super bullish from here, but not bearish either. I'm gonna hold on. Keeping it small, keeping it light. I'd had dreams of six-figure P&L. Get that song in a minute. Okay, about 10% chance that we break through. And 90% chance we support here. So basically the market's got all kind of trade potential through here. Now in the middle, resilience is getting slightly better on the second pass into the middle. So that's good. So this is looking slightly better from here. The chances of it breaking keep going. Normally what I do is if it does break, I let it bounce and then I take a long off of the break. I don't chase into the long if it breaks. So look, liquidity pocket, illiquid pocket, liquidity pocket zone break is not something I chase into the green. If it does break, odds are small here that it does break and go. I'd be happy to just have like a flat day today. So that came in pretty much as a non-factor as expected. The market dipped, but has not returned to where it started. I believe that test is going to come in just a second. As Res is taking a bump up, it'd be nice for us to go exactly to the same spot. S&P, and let's see where NASDAQ is right now. NASDAQ is doing better of all of them. Hurrah. I kind of like what I see. Go, NASDAQ, go. Give us some love, NASDAQ, baby. No dips, no whammies. I'm having dreams of six-figure P&L. What else do we have? Oh, all right. Let's chill out for the afternoon.
Catch the green wave, watch the profits grow. Chart swinging side to side. Other gurus, wild ride. Scooter tools, island breeze. Stacking bags with so much ease. Rocket scooter, ride the chill flow. Bag stacking high, while the candles glow. Half gap boy, sipping pina colada.
Half cap boy.
Big wave, smooth, like cool.
Every time he says half cap boys, I love it. I love it.
Stop loss tight, like a drum. Mad signals hit, here it comes.
Half cap boy.
Press when the spread
Oh, oh.
scooters with
Sipping pina coladas.
rocket scooter. Ride the chill flow. Back stacking high, while the candles glow. Half gap by, sipping pina colada. Profit wave smooth.
Profit wave smooth. Oh yeah.
Catch that wave, let the market my bag and play rocket scooter. Ride the chill flow.
Come on, let's get 2490 today.
While the candle
That'd be good.
has got by. Sipping pina colada. Profit wave smooth, so smooth like cool reggae agua. Yeah. Oh, scooter skanking, charge be banking.
Scooter skanking, charts be banking. Ooh.
Scooter skanking, charge be banking. Oh, scooter skanking, charge be banking. Oh, scooter skanking, charge be banking.
So got my 3 runners on. Oh. Okay. Come on, market, get up to 90. Let's go. Resilience is not moving, guys, so that's not the best. Smaller probable chance that we do break and go, but let's hope. One can hope. S&P moving. S&P breaking out. Loving it. I can like never get enough of that song. Okay, let me see. What else do we got? All right. Good timing on this song. The market moves. 40 to 90. Come on, run it. Should close to like 85, 80. 68 all-time highs. Let's get up there. This, not good though. Like the confluence is bad, so we're not getting the movement with the stocks though. That's the problem. Influence is not good. These are resistances here, so it's gonna have a hard time moving. It's not gonna be clean. Might get a quick pop, that'd be nice. I still got my runners. I'm still managing in my Fundex accounts, running those guys. Come on, come on, come on. Nice. Come on, Brazilian's not moving, man. Choppy a little bit. So we have some stocks at M8 at hedge pressure. I'm curious where it is on the chart. Where's the greater than hedge pressure here? Let's see. No, I'm sorry, not greater hedge pressure. Let's do liquidity map close. There. Click all. Okay. Apple. It's always Apple doing this. Apple's the guy. Well, no. Apple's the guy now. Apple's good. Okay, not Apple. Okay, who is it? Baba? GameStop? Any of the other bigs? And MHP? The MHP resilience chopping around. Something's got to be on the edge. Not Google now. Like something like in the last 5 minutes, it's just been up and down. Who is it? Come on, let's get that run to 85. So essentially the liquidity pocket trade was trade number 1. And that's basically it. So I don't think I have anything else planned other than to hope that some stocks get bought up. This white line needs to go above 0 for it to move. That's why it's such a low probability move from here. It's kind of exciting to see it move, but we'll see. Not taking this right here, just hanging on to runners just in case, and it looks like it's not getting any better. What stock is like, maybe it's, let me try something different. Apple being one of the major ones here, but Apple has been sort of, well, maybe Apple flip-flopping is causing a lot of that here. Yeah, I would say. Let's keep an eye on Apple because that was actually creating a little bit of the upward move today when not a lot of other things are actually moving. This is Apple. Is this another one of those Fridays where the market just does stupid crap and doesn't have fun with us or not fun with it? I love that song though. Okay. One more time, every single time. Oops.
Every single time I take the
Wow.
no fear in taking the pain. Yes, did I live? I breathe, I bleed. Right place, wrong time, that's all I need. Take the trade every single time.
All right. What are you going to get out of this? I've never seen like a goofier looking chart. Look at this. I'm telling you, man, something weird is going on, like algorithmically. The market is, how weird is that, right? Weird looking. It's a 5-minute ES chart. What a weird looking chart. It feels like it's winding up for something. If it's another Friday like the last Fridays that we've had where the market just dumps and stays low with nothing else to play, I don't need a heartbreak to start my weekend out. VIX widening a little bit. VIX going up a little bit. VIX is still good. It's not super tradable, guys. This chip chop flip flop. Not a clean, strong play. The market is likely to support right here at bear zone top. That's basically all we got. With little overshoot. So essentially all we have today is this is really strong support. 10% chance of breaking below. 90% chance of holding. Problem is this just resistance here. As the algorithm is showing resistance here, we're seeing it, right? If we break through, then it's a run. But again, that's like a 10% chance as well. So the market is going to have fun inside of here. We know days like this, we just play the bottom. All right. Okay. All righty. What do I got here? Okay, I'm gonna get to 85, baby. Can you have a whoosh fan, please, with the song? Absolutely, Pat. Resilience not giving us the love, so I got my runners, that's it. Give it a little bit of extra juice. Rocket scooter flying high.
Hands free. What's this new sorcery? Rocket scooter flying high. Levels change. Don't ask why. No more sweat. No more pain. Now we gain. Rocket scooter.
Oh wait, how much are you?
you sleep. Dreams of freedom running deep. Jet streams, silver streaks. Platform speaks the words we seek. Time's a gift, no more loss. Thank you, tech, you're the boss.
Tech Trader leaves his thumbprint in the lyrics. I love it.
What's this new sorcery? Rocket scooter flying high. Levels change, don't ask why. No more sweat, no more pain. Automated, now we gain. Rocket scooter.
Okay. Go! I've been trading this light though. Res is still not there yet. I've only been playing in half of my accounts though, which is better than nothing. You got the whoosh fan for you, Pat. You got you, man. Dude, that song is so epic. Wait, one more time, one more time, one more time. Yeah, come on. Keep it going. That song was good luck. Come on, bull market. Good news is good news. Bad news is good news. Bad news is great news. Good news is just okay news. Thank you, Tech. You're the boss. Position was I'm just still holding on to runners and just I'd bought in 6 of my accounts total. Well, 5 originally, and then I added one more on that last dip earlier after I closed this one out. So basically, I had 5 total at any given time. I closed this one out. Market dipped again. I jumped in on another one, and then I just held runners basically for the original ones I started with. So right now, currently, I have closed everything out except for one runner on one account. That's it. So I have literally one contract, one account, still going. One account, that's it. This one I closed on the first liquidity pocket play. This one I'm looking for about 85, at least to press the highs. This is 68. This is touching previous all-time highs. I'm betting on a quick liquidity sweep on that before it kind of like chills out. Remember, you got all the resistance you're backing into from the all-time highs of the month. So you start pressing those 68, those calls in the money right here. The QQQ is 586. Once you press 586s in the money, it'll blast pretty hard because that's breaking highs. So my guess is at least another 20 points just on a very rapid green candle. So I'm hanging on just to one runner for that, yeah. Guys, hit that like button, friends. Don't forget we'll be doing an ETF giveaway in about 30 minutes. And we're gonna have to end the stream early today because I gotta go get ready for this big old tournament I'm in.
What's this new sorcery? Rocket scooter flying high. Levels change, don't ask why. No more sweat, no more pain.
If we get full 40 points on 68.
Rocket scooter, it's the vibe. 3 times back. I feel alive. Now levels update in real time.
We're about to sweep all that liquidity, guys. So in my Tradeify accounts, I only traded 3 of them. They're up 1,500 bucks. My fund in next is up roughly 3,000 bucks. So that's like almost 5 today. I get the overshoot, my one last runner, I'll close out and then I'll finish out the day. If I get to 110, that'd be good. This is backing into all-time highs. We'll look for one strike distance above. One full strike distance above. Typically, when you press all-time highs and you break, it does move somewhat fast if it moves. We're not getting the stocks agreeing with it, but the 586 pressing a 587 is that 40-point run I'm looking for. And we'll see if we can get it. So that song slaps, man. All right, y'all got some great songs. Just one full strike distance. Which would be basically testing the QQQ calls at the next level. So we're talking about these guys right here building pressure at 586. We go to 587. About a 40 point overshoot. I'll close everything out. If I were long in anything other than one account, I wouldn't hold any further than that. Typically, if this is the previous resistance and you break, then that's the new support going forward. So you got all your technical trend line, double top traders out there in the world trying to short the double top, yada, yada. So this could be it, right? Resilience is finally positive, which is good. Took a little bit for the stocks to catch up, but definitely hang on to this one. And Q could be, well, here's the thing though, right? Nasdaq just started getting a bump in res, so hopefully Nasdaq has been depressed for a while. It's not been where the love has been going. Like Nvidia's flat, it's trying to move. Amazon's flat. Microsoft trying to move, but flattish. Most of the tech has barely moved. MHP break on Meta, kind of. So Gamma's probably right though, because I mean, again, you got all this technical resistance, the highs and stuff. The index stocks in the Nasdaq have barely started to move. That's the thing. So either the Nasdaq futures are overshooting without a lot of the stocks going with it, or Apple's just carrying really hard, which is probably what it is. If Nvidia or Meta or Microsoft start picking up any steam, Google, you'll get a few more waves up. That's what I'm hoping, that somebody starts covering some shorts in Nvidia or something. The stocks are not in agreement of a breakout move. Low, and I'm gonna say this, low probability that it breaks until this guy gets up and this guy gets up. Nasdaq and S&P are at zero. At zero, I like to bet above zero. I don't like to bet that it's bearish, but it certainly could be stronger to support a big rally. What this is going to be, what I'm going to tell you guys, what I'm looking for is a 110 overshoot break, and then it immediately rejects and then starts to sell because we don't have the stocks to go with it. But what would cause the break would be the overshoot on the previous high resistance calls and puts and all that getting squeezed, and you get a gamma squeeze into the calls that just rush in the money, the 586 all-time highs. People sold calls against the highs, part of their strategy. And when that runs in the money, all those call sellers got to chase it to the long side. So that's what I'm looking for. Just a quick rush, overshoot, and resist. So low probability on the break. 110 would be the target, give or take. I'll close my final runner there. Again, resilience is not agreeing with it, which is why I'm not long in 15 accounts. That's why I'm just one runner, one account. I don't got the resilience to support a big ass run. So without the confluence, I'm trading just in one account. Let's take profit on the overshoot. 110. 110. A full strike distance, or somewhere like 110 would be the max, but somewhere like if it just pops with like 2 or 3 good green candles, I'll close out. So 110 overshoot on break, max. Max. And it's also low probability. Low probability. We don't got the stocks giving it the pressure we need. The stocks are not moving. The white line is telling me the stocks aren't giving us the pressure we need to sustain above here. So what I think is going to happen is that this market is going to do this. Pop really hard. Drop. Try to move. Drop. Try to move. And I think we're lower today. I think that's what we're going to see. This from all the calls going in the money. But then ultimately, if the stocks aren't picking up steam, we're going to fill the gap and close lower. But I don't think lower from here because I don't think the market's going to reward people shorting the double top and all that stuff. I think at first we're going to sweep the liquidity, sweep everyone's stops, and then sell off, pop and drop. Would I short? No. I'm just sit out. We don't short bull markets here. If I think it's going to fall, I'm going to sit out and be absolutely done. The question is, that's just picking an arbitrary high out of my ass, like 110. That's just giving it 40 points of run. I don't know how far it would go, how far the market gets squeezed. So the fact is I don't short a bull market because I don't know how high that squeeze is going to go. I just try to grab 40 points of it and call it, yeah. Shorting is, as Gamma is saying, he wouldn't ever short, something like that. If it does pop, you have no idea how much pressure goes into those sold calls. As people rush in to buy 100 shares for every call that they sold, you don't know how heavy that's going to be. And so I only just try to grab the first 40 points of it. And my intuition is that without the stocks giving us the oomph, the index is going to stretch against the stocks and just run on its own accord, at least NASDAQ, and then quickly catch up with the stocks which are down here. The question is, the reason I don't short is because we don't know how high it goes on that squeeze. So this is a gamma squeeze mechanic. How high? You never know. And so you could end up bag holding a lot on a move like that. That makes sense? Does that make sense? Like it can just go and then settle out. This is bad stock structure. Does not support a rally. But the thing is that the stocks could catch up. If the stocks catch up, then it'll confirm the rally. If the stock's not being there, that's why I'm only holding one runner in one account. So this, does everybody understand my my risk management style? Matt, why are you still long with negative res? I've trimmed down significantly. One runner, one account. It's in my Fund and X off screen. All right. Does this make sense, everybody here? Do y'all follow what I'm saying? So because I don't have the confluence, I'm still doing it. I still take the long. We're still blind monkey here, but small and light, right? Yeah. And why 40 points? I'm gonna let it test the next strike distance and have it run up really far. Hell, it might even go hundreds of points. We have no idea. But I'm going to get the first 40 and close it out because I've only got about an hour and a half left before I got to get out of here. But I think it's worth the self-paced learning in your bootcamp videos and participate. David, yes, but watch them once a day, even self-paced. It will be information overload if you dive into 2-3 videos a day. Watch a video, trade the next day. Watch a video, trade the next day, absorb it, practice it, absorb it, practice it. Little by little by little. If you go too fast, the goal is not, it's kind of like, I patterned after engineering school. Engineering school, if you guys, how many of my viewers here went to engineering school? Mechie, chemie, civil, whatever, industrial, biotech, whatever. Engineers here, raise your hand. Here's what engineering school was like. You'd have a whole chapter in a book, a chapter, 50 pages. 50 pages of, and you guys remember this, and I'm going to say something everybody remembers. Everybody here took a freaking statics class, right? Civies, everyone took a statics, forces, right? Fluids and mechy, you know, fluids and chemi, you know, electricals. You probably took a class talking about like Faraday's law and stuff. Electrical potential voltages, all that. It's all the same math. Okay. You have 50 pages of one equation, right? Literally one equation. That's it. Like the idea is the, as an example, Bernoulli's equation, right? Bernoulli's equation was an equation that describes, essentially it's like the frictionless flow equation, right? It's like basically static pressure plus dynamic pressure plus the hydrostatic from gravity, right? And we remember this, we have a whole class based on one equation, the whole semester. So learning the equation took 5 minutes. You learn Bernoulli's equation in 5 minutes, but you had 50 pages, which was like half a page, right? You learned the equation. But the other 45 and a half pages were explaining the millions of applications of said equation. Look at all like EEs, biomedical. You guys remember, right? You would like, so all of your tests were probably open book, because in engineering school, it was never like, okay, you got to memorize 10 zillion things, kind of like biology or chemistry. You got to memorize all this stuff. Engineering school, you never had to memorize anything, right? You just basically like, here's the equation and let's practice a million ways to use it, right? Here's your clever use. You can use Bernoulli's equation to solve a million different problems, right? Different applications, pipes, flows. Hell, our final exam, the story I always tell about the Titanic sinking, I used Bernoulli's equation to calculate how fast it took the Titanic to sink. You can have a lot of fun with one equation. So like when you're learning trading, it takes you literally, I don't know, 2 days maybe to learn everything in Rocket Scooter, literally 2 days. But the application potential is endless. And so the idea is to learn, apply, and learn, apply. Applying is like the big part of trading, application of what you understand, and the creativity that you have is really kind of what you need to aspire to practice with. Just like engineering school. You can just say, oh, I know Bernoulli's equation. Let me show up to the test. That's the equation. But the problem may not be so evident, right? I always like to tell the story of my final exam. After a year of school in my fluids class, you know, the teacher, you know, used to solving like giant word problems, but they would give you all the answers. It was like, I love that song, was really good. Well, it's some regular music now. The you know, the problems to be like, you know, you have 2 manometers and this is the pressure and they're staggered like this, and here's the pressure here and this one has a hole in it. What's the final pressure? How much is the flow rate? You know, they usually like detail the problem, and then you got to like dive into the couple equations, you know, and creatively figure it out, right? And so our final exam, which was always, I'll tell the shorter version of the story. The teacher had like basically 20 pieces of paper stapled to the back of one piece of paper. The final exam of entire semester, fluid dynamics, which is fluid statics, you guys know, and fluid flow. So our fluids class was all about water flowing in a pipe, water sitting in a vessel, or air flowing over an airplane wing. Essentially, lift, all the stuff that you would think fluids, right? And so the final question was just basically the first, are you shorting all-time highs? No. That's a silly thing to do. So the final exam had like 20 pieces of blank white paper and one piece of paper stapled to the top with a problem on it. The problem was very simple. It said, how long did it take for the Titanic to sink? And then there were 20 blank pieces of paper, 10 to 20, whatever, stapled to the back for you to, you know, solve the problem. And that's it. No definition, no anything. Teacher loved to troll the students. He loved to squeeze people out of the class. He was a weed out professor. He loved to fuck with you. And like, I always tell the story that like everybody was kind of like confused because this was your final exam. Not 10 problems, not 3, 1 problem, no words. Beyond that, that's it. Absolutely like fucking with us. And everybody was like, you could see like heads looking around like, and people were like, and he was like, he actually talked this. No questions. He was like a 4'10" Chilean man who was like in his 60s. No questions. Solve the problem. And smiling like he knew something we don't know. So the idea was you got to like dive into what you know and create the problem. Completely, people were so pissed off because they didn't know what to do. And there are people there for like hours, you know, figuring it out. I solved the, I was like, fuck it. He didn't tell me what the Titanic was. I'll just create a Titanic. If you don't define the problem, you give me freedom to define the problem. I said, here's the Titanic. It's a shoebox. It's exactly rectangular. It looks like this. And there's like a 3-foot hole. I made the hole big enough so that's frictionless. I used Bernoulli's equation, solved it in 2 lines. That's it. I actually solved the problem on that front page. And I turned it in with the stack of papers untouched. And then I went out and I left the building completely freaking out, like calling my dad like I think I fucked up my final exam. Because everybody came out, were like, Matt, you like left after 5 minutes. Did you just give up? I was like, no, I was like, I think I solved, and I just like drew a shoebox and used Bernoulli's equation. And all my friends were like, Matt, what the fuck, dude? You fucked it up. They're like, no, I use this problem. I use this problem. And everybody's like calculating like the friction. They're like, I assumed it was a steel hull and these were the fact. And people were like solving the calculation. And I was like so depressed for a couple of days because I thought I fucked it up. I actually ended up getting the second highest score on the test because I solved the problem that he gave us. He said, if I give you the freedom and you really understood what I taught you, you can make a valid assumption. Nobody cares if the Titanic took 27 minutes and 32 seconds to sink or 27 minutes to sink. The idea that you understand engineering means that you solve the problem. And I was freaking out, and all my friends were freaking out for me because I left so soon. And I was confident at first, and then after time, it sat there and ate on me, and ate me up a little bit, and I was like, I think I screwed it up. I was like, I didn't use the last 20 pages. I was like, there's no way it could have been that simple. And everybody was like, Matt, bro, you fucked up. And I was like, yeah, I know I fucked up. I was like, well, I guess I'm taking the class again next semester. So that's actually what happened. And he was very impressed that the 2 people that did get A's on the final used Bernoulli's equation and solved it in a single line. He said, that's the point. He goes, if you learned what I taught you anything this semester, a real engineer would have solved the problem very quickly. So trust me when I say I was fucking crying for a week. I was like, oh God, I failed this class, man. Noon. Oh, 11. I've practiced 11. Yeah, you gotta work. Hi, Pickle. Hi, Pickle. Great story, right? So, pretty clever, right? Now, I always like to show people my professor. That way, y'all always know he's a real dude. He's one of my best and favorite mentors in school. I always like to show everybody his picture. That's the guy. So imagine him. He looks mean, right? No questions. You can almost hear his laugh from this far away. Nope. You can't ask a question. Oh God. Everyone hated him, but loved him at the same time. One of my favorite mentors. Yeah, so anyways. Reminds me of Danny. Yeah, like literally Danny DeVito. Tiny little guy. So that was the story. The story was clever application of what you know. He said, if you really learned anything, you would have known that if I don't define the problem for you, you can define the problem. And like the idea was, that's kind of what it's like. In engineering, sometimes the best answer is the quickest answer. Sometimes, you're wondering, you need to solve something quick and you need to get there quick. You can't chew on it for 10 or 20 hours. Shit's on fire. You got to find out what's going on quick. And sometimes you got to take your best guess and the most appropriate guess. It's like, it doesn't matter if it's 5 seconds more or 6 seconds more. This person drew Titanic picture and has the shape and angles, and there's angles on here. And the Titanic already sunk before you finished the drawing. And so, you know, he trolled people basically. It was really funny. But yeah, so but I was depressed because I thought I screwed up the entire semester. But the thing was that because I left, and I always tell the story of the valedictorian, the guy who got, you know, I was third in the class. The guy that got first, he's like a heart surgeon now. Like super mega genius kid. I left and he didn't come out for like an hour. And that's why I was depressed. I was like, shit, Alfie didn't come out of the class. And so, but it turns out Alfie got an A+, but the thing was Alfie solved it in 2 lines too, but he spent the rest of the hour just sitting there writing a review of the Titanic movie, which was actually a really funny story. Because when the professor handed the pages back, he read Alfie's review. Alfie was like, I just didn't want to waste paper, so I was writing my review of the Titanic movie, and he was detailing all the different scenes from it, and he was talking about how he thought Rose should have scooted over because he thought Leo could have actually supported the weight of both of them and stuff. And so he was trolling the professor back, which became a very funny meme from our class, our graduation. So everybody always, he became legendary status because our valedictorian trolled the professor back, which is pretty funny. He knew that the final exam, he did the same thing I did, which was like, before we got our test back, I was like, what did you do? He was like, yo, bro, I just did Bernoulli's. I was like, for real? I was like, all right, me too, dude. He's like, yeah. He's like, whatever. I was like, well, I hope you're right, because I did the same thing. He's like, yeah. Sounded right. And I was like, well, what took you so long? He just laughed, and he's like, I don't know. He's like, he didn't want anybody to know. And then when the professor handed the exams back, he paused to read the review, and everybody was laughing the whole time. So, which is really funny. So, reason I told you guys that story is because with like rocket scooter stuff, we teach basic principles, which is something like one equation. The application is very, very much like what you're kind of looking to do. Oh, you know what? I should probably examine this. We're about 100, 110 to the overshoot. Very cool. Okay. All my accounts are green today. This is great. So the idea is like learn a little bit, practice a lot of bit. Learn a little bit more, practice a lot. So take the boot camp and literally stretch it out over the course of a month for yourself as much as you can. Fleischer means butcher in German. Are you kidding? That sounds about right. The funny thing was when I had him as a teacher, we had him for 2 classes. He was our Thermo 1 professor, and he was our fluid dynamics professor, and fluids became the weed out class. The unlucky sophomores, I was a junior doing fluids, the sophomores before me, the design professor, which is your final year, retired. So he moved up to that, and then another professor got like transferred or somewhere. He moved somewhere else. And so Fleischer took over teaching 1 class every year. So people had him 4 times after I had him twice. So everybody underneath me had him 4 times. So imagine having a weed out professor every year. It became like this sort of rite of passage to go to U of H at engineering school. Because when you go to your interview, the people you interviewed, because he's an older guy, people interviewed me were like, oh, I remember Fleischer, man, he was crazy. And imagine the students were all like, yeah, man, I had him 4 years. And they were like, what? Like how, and they would always start like, how did he troll you guys? Like, what did he do to, you know, how did he troll y'all? Like, oh man, he did this one thing. He always would troll you on a test. He would test the stupidest shit. One time we had a 20 question multiple choice test. You never had multiple choice tests in engineering school in your life. Multiple choice, A, B, C, D. Here's a word problem, A, B, C, D. And it was closed book, and it was the dumbest stuff. It was like, what are the SI units of momentum? And you were like, what? Units? He's like, yeah, you must remember your units. We're like, from what? Physics 1 like 3 years ago? Like, just, dude, like, just to fuck with you. Yeah, that test was pretty bad. I think I got like a 30 on that test, but he curved it because everyone failed it. But it's kind of like that. So, but yeah, that's it. Do I trade the PM session? I usually do, but not on stream, Ace. I usually just trade throughout the morning and in the afternoon. So I trade morning morning session, I trade, and then at lunchtime I star on my funded TV at a lunch session, and then I come back here and trade in the afternoon. But today at right at about 11, in about an hour and a half, I need to go. I'm actually out for the rest of the day. Why am I not on MFFU today? So the I'm actually, I know it sounds funny, but I'm actually playing in a gaming tournament, but it's against Tradeify, and I'm repping my funded futures. So we're gonna go there and smash them up in the gaming tournament. My funded futures versus Tradeify in Apex Legends. Yeah. So we're gonna go there and rep. Tradeify's, and again, we're all friends. Like Tradeify, you know, me, my funded, we're all friends. And it's a friendly competition. If Tradeify is hosting a big event, I'm gonna show up. You want in, you're great at Apex. They already had the signups last week, but they do something every couple months, right? So David, I'd have to add it up, my yearly. Every month I share my monthly P&L. Last month I took 70,000 in prop payouts. 70,000 from for August. But yeah, I'll usually always share you guys every month, like what did I do this month? There's the 110 overshoot. Let's go. I'm okay with my runner at 100. I think I'm aiming for a little too much. Let me go ahead and close it out. I'm pretty cool with it. I only have about an hour left, and I want to do the giveaways for you guys. All right, this is P&L for the day. No reds, all goods, all greens. This is an easy day, although I wish I would have traded it harder, but I didn't get the love from resilience to actually go through and do it. So pretty decent. I did close the runner. That was pretty neat. I did get to the level I wanted to get to. 110 overshoot. That's pretty damn close. 102 is good enough. And that's it. So this is what I was forecasting, and then maybe a test back down. So the one thing that you look for is the 68 test, right? 68 test. We've overshot almost one full strike distance. Now we get down to test previous highs. Like previous high is resistance. Now resistance being tested as support. That's the next step. That's this leg. We're pretty good today. Not bad. How'd I do? How did I do? I think it's 68. Whatever previous, it's previous highs on NASDAQ, right? All-time highs. Was it 68? I might be off by a point or two. It looks like about 68, 69, something like that. Yeah. Oh, 69. My bad. 68, 80, something like that. Yeah, 68, 69. Somewhere in there. Not bad. So remember, resilience didn't agree, and we're just squeezing on all-time high breaks. I traded it light, even though resilience is not a direction indicating tool. The market can still squeeze. We just know that the stocks aren't moving that fast with it, which doesn't tell me to short them back together, but it does tell me to exit my long and step aside. Also told me to trade long, very small with a few accounts, right? Right. That's it. Meanwhile, ES just chopping. Yes, sir. Right. So resilience not being a decision on which direction I trade. It's a decision on how light I trade. When I don't get the full confluence, I don't hit it hard at all. Guys, don't forget to sub to the channel. Am I live daily? David Park every morning. Yes, sir. 8:30 in the morning until noon. Then 8:30 until noon 30. Then I star on My Funded TV's Lunch Money with Matt for an hour. And then I come back here at 1:30 and I finish out the day live streaming here on my channel. And as you see, I even drew the curvature. Guys, remember from classes, what does a curve up mean? Short squeeze, or chasing, right? Calls on the money, should be able to chase along to 110. One strike full. Gamma, bro, high five across the board, my brother. Whenever Gamma and I are like on the same page, it's usually good confluence, I feel, for my trade. When I hear him doing the same thing, it's got a slightly different method. It's good for me. That's what I like to see. Any advice for going from SWE to trader? What is SWE, David Park? Do I know Steven Kalajian? I've never met him before. He's the new My Funded Futures host for the evening slot. Let's fucking go. Delusional, my man. Let's go. Oh, from a software engineer? What he means? Steven is, yeah, he's kooky. I don't know him that well, but the funny story was I was moderating chat 2 nights ago on his stream, and I was just there moderating, and like basically I just showed up and I was like, hey, good evening everybody, and you know, because I'm a mod on My Funded TV, and so I was like, hey everybody, and then you know all the mods are like, hey, what's up, Matt's here, and then Lumi was there also, so she was like, hey guys, and Lumi's not a mod, but she was just there, and they were like, hey, oh, Lumi's here also, Lumi. And then so Luke was hosting, and he asked Steven, he's like, hey, so looks like we got Lumi in chat. And Steven goes, oh, I love Lumi, she's great, she's cool, I met her in Miami, she's such a sweet girl, she's really nice. Steven's like everybody's cool old uncle, you know, he's just a very calm, mild-mannered dude. He's kind of kooky, but he's smart dude. He was throwing out gold plays all week, and people were like banking in chat. But he was like, Luke goes, so, oh, and Matt's here. He's like, oh, you got to meet Matt Coward. He's like the real deal. He's does our lunchtime. And Steven goes, all right, yeah, sounds good. Give him my cell phone number. That's what he said. When somebody ever asked me like, hey, I'd like to, that's how cool of a guy he is, I guess. He's like, yeah, just give him my cell phone number. Give him my cell phone number. We'll chat sometime. Like, just live on air. That's all he said. So, you know, that's kind of funny whenever you're just like, you got to meet somebody. Normally somebody say, yeah, sounds good, looking forward to meeting them. But he's like, yeah, just give him my number. He gives his number to everybody. Yeah. And that's, I don't know anything about him. So when people were telling me that's what he does, he just says, here's my number, call me, let's chat. Like, what a sweet guy. Like, pretty neat just to kind of say like, hey, let's just all be friends. So that was kind of funny. I was cracking up because I didn't know. And I was like, and Luke's like, yeah, oh, that's his thing. You know, he's like, just give me a call, and dropping his cell phone on chat. Yeah, give me a call. So trading has so many characters, man. There's people, just so many cool personalities, cool characters. So I've been hanging out, like chilling out on the stream, just moderating, but he was throwing out some gold plays, man. And people were just like going nuts. Super old school trader. Yeah. It's very entertaining. Yeah. I think that was a good find for the show. I agree with him for the nighttime sesh. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I think Dakota's cool. You know, he's a nice kid, but you know, slow markets sort of show is kind of boring. You kind of need like a freaking Jim Cramer, like a wacky guy to entertain people when the markets aren't going anywhere. You can't just have like a serious trader sitting there like, I'm gonna find some good plays. You kind of need somebody like to entertain people. It's the evening. Everybody just got off of work. Nobody's in a mode to be serious at all. Everybody's sitting at the fucking bar drinking a beer. You're not going to sit there and focus on your charts and be crazy. So you kind of need like that kind of wind down, goofy energy to kind of sort of like, yeah, chill. The Dakota show is a little, the morning show, he's very excitable and, you know, very active, but the evening show, man, it just puts me to sleep. It's too slow. Markets aren't going anywhere. You're just kind of staring at like paint drying. So you need somebody to just be like crazy, you know? I think Steven's got really good energy, kind of like Peter Tuchman energy. Just like you listen to these guys and you're in a good mood. They bring some chill vibes. Both of those are like two of my favorite entertainers in trading. So you need a distraction for your life's failures. That's funny. All right, guys, let's get ready for the giveaway here. So let me tell you guys something we're gonna do. So this was the call, 68 break, 110 overshoot. And I don't short from here because there's no guarantee how much that pushes the market. Question is, how high does it go before it catches up with the stocks? Now the stocks finally are starting to move enough to give me that key that we're going to support inside of here. But we kind of nailed it today, right? 68 to 110. That's exactly what I wanted to see. And I'm fully flat. And you guys got a whoosh fan out of it. So that was a pretty decent run. And again, without the resilience confluence, I didn't hit it too hard. I played it very light. And all my accounts pretty much are green. So that's probably like 26, 32, 4,000, like 5,000 today. Not too bad. It was 20 yesterday. And I think like 12 the day before. So I've had a pretty solid week. I haven't had a losing day this week. I wonder what my last losing day was. Let's go look. Ooh, ooh. Okay, Tradeify journal not updating. It's all blank on Tradeify. Well, maybe needs to sync up. Yeah. I don't think I've had a losing day since maybe last week. Like, are we rejecting from 110? Good Lord, man. Like, I get so happy when I just, again, there's some skill involved in this. But of course, choosing the levels was luck. I mean, I'd like to just flex and say nailed it. This is a pretty common technical move to overshoot, test previous high as resistance, as tested as support. Pretty normal. But I mean, I nailed both sides of that, man. 68, 110, possibly pull back. This is traditional technical trading. Stocks aren't moving up high enough to support a move like this, and the index just squeezed and swept the liquidity of all the people short at the top. Previous highs, calls being sold. Force some call sellers to buy as those calls run in the money. And that's it. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. I'm out. I'm fully flat. So that's a pretty decent day today. Let me run up the giveaway stuff. So let's talk about the giveaway really quick. You guys heard of Elite Trader Funding, right? There's some buddies of mine that used to work at Rocket Scooter. They all work at Elite Trader Funding now. This is why we've always stayed friends with these guys. You guys all remember, if you're here from the 2016 days, you guys might know Zag Nation, Jason. Before Slacks took over, Zag Nation was our community manager, if y'all don't know that, for many, many years. So we're really good friends with the guys over there at ETF. We've always stayed close with them. You guys know Kenpachi, Joel. Joel was always, he's a lifetime member at Rocket Scooter. Then they all went and started working at this prop firm, ETF. So we always stayed friends with them. So direct to funded, right? You guys are familiar with the prop experience. God, guys, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I just have to brag a little bit. Come on. You guys got to give me some credit. This is pretty good. I got lucky picking the overshoot level and closing out when I did, but man, maybe this is a good sign. Maybe we're going to win the Apex tournament. The day's already starting off good. Well, as long as I don't get last place, I'll be fine. If I get dead last, I'm going to cry. Well, at least I had a good enough trading day to make it worth my while. Okay, back to elite share funding. Now we work with 6 prop partners, and that's it. And we work with them for a reason. They have really good programs. Let me tell you what, first and foremost, elite share funding has the best static account in the business. It's a huge fat $2,000 buffer right out the door. It doesn't trail. Nobody has an offering like that. Is unique, extremely unique, and it's kind of put them on the board. It's a really cool program. Their newest program is direct to funded, which is pretty neat. What is direct to funded? Well, your typical trading journey in a prop account is to pass an eval, which is just straight up paper trading. And once you pass, you go to funded, and then you get to play. So the problem is that the eval side, they call it eval side, is just a waste of time usually. You have to just pass a test and then go funded. And if you fail the funded, you got to start all the way back over at the beginning. So you're doing all this work just to get here. And finally you get there. A lot of people are like, phew, I'm finally here. And then you're nervous because you're finally funded after all that time. And then you waste it because you're immediately nervous, right? This is a psychological barrier that a lot of people have. So what's kind of hot right now is that a lot of firms are starting to, not a lot, a handful of firms are starting to explore direct to funded step. So the idea is they've eliminated the eval altogether, and you're just basically funded from the start. They bet on you from the start. You jump in and you play the game without having to go through an eval. You remove that psychological barrier, which is pretty cool, and you immediately start funded, direct to funded. So you're in a funded account from day one. Now, there's only a handful of firms that have them. Tradeify has one. That's why I'm trading them. And ETF has one. I'm live with ETFs, so I can't trade their direct to funded program. Otherwise, I would. It's not a bad program. Direct to funded is neat because you can get out of having an eval, period. You skip it all together. Now, they're usually a little more expensive than normal, but we get deals and discounts on these all the time. We had like a 65% off deal on these the other day. Currently, I'm going to give you, right now, I'm giving away 4 of these things. So I'm about to give $2,800 to you guys as viewers of the stream as a thank you for being here and watching the stream. On my stream, I give away 1,000 prop accounts a month between all 3 of my shows. So yesterday we gave out like 27. The day before we gave out like 29 every day. So we love to give you guys samples of these accounts. The easiest way to win it, first of all, type ETF and stream. Now the DTF is pretty cool, and I'll explain kind of like the differences between the two. There's a 25 and a 50K. Now characteristic is that many firms will be like, here's an eval, 2 or 3 days to pass, and then here you're going to go funded, 5 days to pay out. It's really like 8 days already. What they do is they cram it all together and just make you trade 10 days to get your payouts. So essentially you're funded from day one. As long as you can have up to 5 accounts. And as long as you meet your account parameter requirements, the profit target, and maintain all their parameters, every 10 days you can just get a payout. Now the smaller account that's cheaper, you get smaller payouts. They get bigger each time. They scale up. The biggest account, which is the one I'm giving you guys, I always give you guys the best. 15 active trading days, you can take 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000 in chunks as you grow that account. And then after the maximum payout per account is if you make it to your $20,000, you've beat the game and you're done. And then they consider you for a live account after that. Once you get to the end, there's a 30-day cooldown. You can't buy any additional accounts. They evaluate you for live and then maybe put you at live. I'm live with them. Live is great. I get daily payouts. It's fantastic. Live is great. So pretty unique, right? Straight to funded is a newer concept in the prop firm world, and they're one of the first to explore it. So it's really exciting to see them do that. And they're all clever. But the thing is that like direct to funded and straight to funded programs are new. So they're all exploring concepts and the way to make it more fun and newer. They've already changed the rules a couple of times for the better as they've realized ways to make it even better. It's a new frontier. So with direct to funded, it's pretty neat because as time goes by, the programs just get somewhat easier. Tradeify has progressively gotten easier. Tradeify used to have 10-day payout windows. Then they got rid of the payout windows twice a month. They got rid of the payout windows. Tradeify had 10-day payout, 10 days of trading to payout. Then they moved it to 7. Now they moved it to 5. As companies are figuring out the straight to funded model, they're getting better and better. And ETF's only going to get better as well. You're not loving your odds? Well, it's a 1% chance. However, we do giveaways all the time, so the odds are pretty good. Guys, I thank you guys for hitting that like button and loving that y'all are doing that. That makes me so happy. Give you guys a couple more seconds to do that. You guys will really like that. And so check that out. And again, in the prop space, if you guys are trading TPT or Apex or these other ones, and you're having a hard time in your prop accounts passing, there's two types of accounts. I'm going to talk about ETFs, static account as well. Trailing drawdown is whenever you're making money, it doesn't matter. Your unrealized gains, your drawdown moves with you. And even if you have like a big day and then it falls like this, you could be green for the day and still blow up the account because of trailing drawdown. Trailing drawdown is the hardest account type to pass. It sucks. Static is a buffer that stays there below your 0 point no matter what you do. Static is just a fat buffer. It's the thing that mirrors a real trading account the most, static. And these guys have the best static account in the game because they give you a big fat buffer. They give you $2,000 of buffer before you blow up. Apex is a static that gives you 625. It's kind of trash. You can't pass an account Nasdaq 625. Nasdaq will just blip for in a single candle and blow those things up. The $2,000 is 3 times as big, which is really cool that they have one. So static is a trailing drawdown, is a drawdown that doesn't move. It's fixed, which is nice. The bulk of your trading accounts that you'll see in prop firms are called end of the day drawdown. It's an account that just moves once a day, no matter what your profit is. Your drawdown is static, but once a day it trails with you. So end of the day drawdown is a combination between trailing and static. They call it end of the day, which is an account that trails once a day. Overnight it trails, and then in the daytime it's static. So end of the day is like a stair step as you're making money. Trailing will move with you. So static is the easiest account type to pass. This is the easiest. This is the middle ground. And then end of the day, it's going to be like My Funded Futures, Funded Next, Tradeify Growth, Tradeify Growth. Take Profit, Eval Side. Then when you go funded, Take Profit, funded is trailing. Apex is trailing. Tradeify Advanced is trailing. Trailing drawdown is cheaper but harder. Static is more expensive but easier. But we often get 80%, 90% off, pass one, get one free sales in the static. When we do, static's the way to go. It's the easiest to pass. If you guys are having a hard time in the prop space and you're like, trailing drawdown doesn't work for me, you're always getting squeezed out. Statics are going to be a little bit easier to pass mathematically. No guarantees you're going to make money. This is not investment advice or promise of gains. Mathematically, statics are easier. It's one fewer rule. So technically speaking, it's systemically easier. Doesn't mean you're going to make money, but just to be fair, but it is an easier account to pass, and they have a good one. So it's the closest, as Trader Jay said, yeah, it's the closest thing to like a real brokerage account. Doesn't have that wonky rule of, oops, you made too much money. Sorry, you still blew up. Wait, what? Well, yeah, it went up and then chopped against you and you should have closed out. Trailings are like, that's kind of a gimmick of trailing drawdown. Okay. Explain active trading days. Right. So an active trading day is just a trading day for it to count as a day. Like you can't just open a trade and close a trade really quick for it to count as a day. So in their rule set, active trading days is the number of days you need to trade for it to count. A lot of firms will have this thing like you get your profit target in 2 or 3 days, and then you got 5 days left. You just open and close for it to count as a day. And a lot of firms in the directive funded eliminate the need for doing that. So active trading day means you got to make at least $300 to receive credit for it to be counting as a day. Now, there's a second rule. We call it the 38% rule or the 23% rule. I think it's 23 or 62%. What it is on the 50K is that it's their version of a consistency rule that's slightly different. And I say it's better. The example being that 62% rule. Each active trading day must also have profits equal to at least 62% of your best trading day to count. Meaning that if your biggest trading day is $1,000, that's the size you're trading, it doesn't count unless it's 620 each time. If it's less than that, it doesn't count as a day. It counts towards your profit, but it doesn't remove the timer. The idea that they're trying to battle, and every prop firm tries to battle it, is that you don't make $10,000 one day and then just make $1 every other day and then take out the full money. You have to actually trade consistently, which is good. Now, you might think, well, I like flipping, right? And from your perspective, yeah, flipping is easier than an active trading day roll. But the difference becomes on the downside. And I tell you from personal experience, this kind of sucks. Tradeify, you need to make $9,000 at 20% traditional consistency, which means you got to make $1,800 a day or else you got to trade 5 more days to get to your target. If you go over 1,800, you're doomed. So what happens is, and you have a $6,000 drawdown, okay, it's 6,000 total loss limit. What happens if your first day you lose $5,000, okay? You're down to $145,000 from your starting 150K balance. And you got to make 159 to get there, okay? And if your first day at 150,000, you lose 5, you can't go back and make the 5K back the second day because now you need to make 5 times 5, 25,000 to get to your profit target. And you can't do that. You're not going to make $175,000 to get a $3,000 payout. That sounds ridiculous. So anytime you have a low consistency and you got to dig yourself out of the hole, this is Tradeify straight to funded. ETF has a better rule, I feel, for this case. So you're down 4,500, 145, and to get to the same payout where you don't have more days added to the end, you have to make $1,800 a day, traditionally. That's 5 days here plus 4 days here, right? Or 3 extra days here, sorry. So now, after the first day you lost 1 plus 3 plus 5, something that normally takes 5 days is now going to take 9 days. Every single day you're trading is a chance you're going to blow the whole thing up. So anytime you're in a hole and you lose it all in the day, you can only stair step out of the hole at the rate of your consistency, or else you're going to add days to the end of it. So you guys understand how this works, right? If I lose 5,000, I can only make $1,800 a day. Does everyone in chat understand this really quick? Can I recommend it? A few stack drawdown firms. ETF is the top. Futures Desk is probably the second. Apex is probably the third of the ones we work with. And Apex and Futures Desks, not even that good. So everybody understands the stair step thing, right? So when you get in a hole, you can only stair step out of it, or else you're going to have a big profit target that adds days. If you go above $1,800, you're adding days to the end of it. The thing with ETF, however, if you lose 5,000 in a day, you can make 5,000 in a day and it doesn't add to the 10 days or whatever. That stays fixed. So if I lose 5,000 and make 5,000, it just means to preserve the number of days, I got to make 3,000 every additional day. I just got to keep trading bigger. So I scale the same way. So ETF just makes you trade bigger when you have a big win. So you don't lose any pace. You don't got to stair step out of a hole. You can YOLO out of the hole. You just have to keep YOLOing every other day. So when people first saw that rule, they thought it was kind of weird. And they were like, I don't know if I like it. And I go, no. Tradeify, if I take a huge loss out the door, I'm stuck for weeks. That's the gimmick, right? Which is a good program. I still trade Tradeifys. I love it. But if you take a big loss, you're stuck. You can ride the elevator down, but you can only take the stairs back up, or else you're going to add days to the end of it, which you don't want. ETF, no add days to the end of it, no profit target changes. Your minimum day just has to be bigger. And that's where their rule is kind of neat. It's different and neat in that capacity. It doesn't make you have a bigger profit target, and it doesn't add days to the end because you traded big, which is kind of neat. They just make your minimum day bigger, which when I first talked to them, I was like, that rule's a little different. They're like, well, think about it. And I thought about it and I go, ooh, for a trader that gets in the hole, you don't got to stair step out of it. Every day you're in the market is a day you're going to blow up. So the idea is with their ATD rule, which is I thought was very clever, is that 10 days is 10 days always. It's 10 days. This doesn't change. Your minimum, if you trade big, you just got to commit to trading big. Isn't that cool, right? That's kind of nice. So once you YOLO big, you got to keep YOLOing. You get to choose how aggressive you want to be. You want to be a maverick, you dig out of a hole, make it all back in a single day. Okay. Then you got to keep trading big. You make that 5,000 back the first day, then you got to make 3,000 every day after that for it to count. But you get the option to do that, or you don't have to even do that. You could still choose to stair step out of the hole and have the same experience as Tradeify. You can set your own limits and dig out of the hole at $1,800, and you got to make $1,000 every other day, sort of thing. You can escape the DLL that way. Yeah, you can actually see, like if you do the math, you can actually be very clever. And then when you look at it, Jay Kim, hey, what's up, winner number one? You are now a funded trader with ETF. So the ATD rule at first glance might seem like, I don't know if I like this. But on second glance, you're like, ooh, I've got some flexibility here. I can be clever with this rule. And fuck it. I lost $5,000 today. I'm right on the edge. YOLO, whatever. All in next time. Boom, big winning day. Okay, yes, I'm back on top. I'm green. Okay. I guess I just got to keep trading big every other day. And then you build a pretty big balance, right? Again, you get the flexibility to calculate how much you want to do, but you can actually save yourself some time at the end of the day for that. Oh, we need the giveaway song. My bad.
Well, howdy there, Matt. The chat stand.
Hold on. Wait, that's not the one I want to do. I wanted to do the other giveaway bonanza song. Hold on.
Well, the charts went silent.
James Reuters, winner number 2, buddy.
Matt kicked open the saloon, yelling free stuff, son. He's got prop firm bounties in a burlap sack.
Type something in chat, James Reuters. James Williams. So close, dude. You got most of the letters right.
It's a giveaway bonanza. Rocket scooter master in up a stanza. With a cowboy hat too small for his head. He's wrangling Lynn-funded accounts instead. Folks say he can out.
Oops. Oops. Where'd the song go? I'm sorry, my bad.
With a cowboy hat too small
For his head.
he's wrangling Lynn-funded accounts instead.
Lord Cootie. Is the market gonna flush today? It kind of can. I'm not gonna bet that it does though. What do you think about the Tradeify new accounts? I think it's great. They removed the 7-day thing and just basically rely on consistency, which is always a 5-day pass and 2-day flip. They just removed the 2 flips. More of a marketing thing than anything. But you get your payout 2 days faster, which is nice. Nothing changes on the account side though, as far as I remember. parameters, at least with the straight to fundeds. Some of the accounts changed as well a little bit. I honestly don't remember. I have to refresh. All right. One more winner. One more winner. Let me go look at my sheet real quick. Oh, where the DLL moves up to the full buffer size. Yeah, that was like a step back, right? Typically with the Tradeify straight to funded, MSG, UFO. Yeah, they changed the DLL to dynamic, which is a step backwards, I feel. Traditionally, with the straight to funded, once you got your P&L equals to your total drawdown, like the DLL stopped. You got DLL went away altogether. Your starting balance was your blow up point. Congratulations for you guys. What you need to do is you need to head on over to the Discord. Link is in the description below. You're gonna go to our contest channel, message one of our admin Slacks. You guys have all won 50K funded accounts. Holy crap. 50K funded accounts. Would you believe I give away 4 of those every week, actually. So we create funded traders here. You guys are immediately funded. Congrats, the 4 of you. Congrats. You are now funded traders. You can tell your friends you're funded traders. You can tell the girl at the bar you're a funded trader. They're like $700 accounts. You're welcome. All right, so back to what Tradeify did. Yeah, used to whenever you would, oh, by the way, go to Discord, go to the contest channel, message Slacks or admin, take a screenshot of your YouTube ID, make sure you have an account with Lead Share Funding, and then let him know the account, the email you sign up with, and they'll hook you up with everything you need to, man. Congrats, you guys. Funded traders. Mike says this is the best Friday trading in a while. Dude, all my losses in the last couple of months, I feel like were Fridays, dude. Fridays are my big 5-figure losses and stuff. But the market just went like, and then stayed there. Yeah, it's been like that Fridays. This is the first Friday where it went up and stayed there. Nice. Fridays have sucked like the last 2 months, Evan. Yeah. Yeah, so Tradeify's DLL used to, and I can't remember because it's been a while, but when you get to a certain profit target and you're straight to funded in Tradeify, the DLL goes away and then you just stop at starting balance. I think it's as soon as you get your, if your MLL is met. So if your maximum loss limit of $6,000 was met, it used to be once you made 6,000 in profit, the DLL went away. Or maybe it was if you met your first profit target. I can't remember. But as far as I've known, I've had 0 DLL in my Tradeify straight to funded accounts because I have such a big buffer in there. Like I could lose 20K in the account and it'll let me. So I know for a fact you were unable to, you didn't have a DLL at a certain point. Now they made it dynamic. Now it moves to like a certain percentage of your balance or something like that. I forgot the dynamic DLL is. I need to go look up in there. Was it? Oh, max loss was 100. Yeah, that's I think that's what it was. They changed it. So let me go see what let me go to I have a little group chat with these guys. Let me go see where. Where is it? I swear to God, they had like. I got it somewhere. Where the heck is it? Oh, let me go see if I got the DM from my guy with the info. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, let me grab it real quick. I got it here. So basically what they've moved it to is consistency just got easier, which was kind of neat too. And the Lightning funded, for example, payout 1 is 20% consistency. Payout 2 was 20% consistency. Payout 3 is 20% consistency. Now going forward in Tradeify, payout 1 is 20%, payout 2 is 25, and payout 3 is 30. They're giving you the ability to make more each period, which is good. And DLL is dynamic. Once you hit 6%, your DLL increases to your max drawdown. So the example is very simply put, on the 150K straight to funded, somebody says, what's the best straight to funded program? Well, ETF and Tradeify are the only two that are worth looking at. Some other people have some, but they're not big or as reputable. And these are the two best out there. So 150K is a $9,000 MLL and a 6,000 DLL. What they say is once you hit 6%, so 6% of this is your MLL. So MLL is 6% already. As soon as you've made your MLL, once you've made it to 159, which is what it used to be, the old rule was whenever you'd make your 6%, DLL is 0. The new rule is, this is old. The new rule is once you hit 159,000, your DLL is still there, but it becomes 9,000 bucks, which is pretty good. I mean, that's almost like no DLL, but it's still there. You can't blow up your account anymore. I think they're going to call that the Matt Cowart rule, because Matt Cowart decided to build, 20, 30K of buffer in every account before I got my first payout so that I can take 10, 20, $30,000 drawdowns and still have the account alive. I'm sure people like me probably triggered something like you're like, I got to make 4,500 bucks with a 9,000 DLL. How's that even possible? This is a counter to my trading style. You guys remember my trading style was to cleverly beat them, which was like, okay, let me just make 30, 50K as much as I can, and then just coast and then make small payout requests along the way and make a little bit along the way. With the account buffer, $60,000, $70,000 of account buffer, I can lose 20K in a single day. I can hold through I can martingale those accounts to pay out if I wanted to. So much buffer in them. So this actually puts you're like, why would I even care about $9,000 DLL on a $4,500 profit target? I'm not going to lose $9,000. That's to keep you from doing what I was doing. Does that make sense? You guys get it? That's pretty much to keep you from like being up 50K in the account and being like, fuck it, whatever. Market falls. Okay, I'll add to the dip. Market falls, add to the dip, add to the dip, add to the dip. Then eventually you make money, dig out of the hole and take a 30K drawdown. They're gonna make sure they cut you off at 6%, whatever it is. So this could be the Matt Cowart rule, I think, because I'm the only person that would have affected. This wouldn't affect your average person trading these things because you're not going to have $9,000 of buffer drawdown, where 9,000 is a small amount in the account. For you guys, 9,000 would be all that you have. Once you make 159, then 9,000, the starting balance is your DLL. So once you're there, your DLL is back to where you started. So it's like an MLL. It's like it's gone. For most people, it's like it's gone. The only person that's going to be like, oh man, that limits me, is someone that's way up here. You can only take 9,000 a drawdown and you're done for the day. You got all this room to play. They don't let you play. So it's people that did what I did that rule affects. So for you guys, it's a step in the backwards direction for a small subset of people. It's not going to affect any of you guys unless you're like me. You got $200,000 of buffer in these accounts. So nobody out there is taking $9,000 drawdowns in a Tradeify straight to funded account in a single day, with the exception of Matt Coward. I'm the only person with enough buffer to do that. I'm the only person that decided to trade them differently than their rules to beat the system, because the trailing drawdown or the daily loss limit stopped at starting balance. Therefore, I now have a static account at 150,000. You know what sucks about the dynamic loss limit is every single rule is going to apply retroactively. So I'm not even grandfathered in anymore, which I love Tradeify, but all the rules are going to apply retroactively. I'm not sure if the DLL one is, but the daily rule is going to apply retroactively. So I'm about, well, the payout one, I'm not sure about the DLL. So I'm not sure if I'm not grandfathered in or not, but the 7 days that goes to 5 days, everyone's going to get that bonus. I'm not sure if they're going to ninja me into the DLL rule. I'm not sure. If they do, I'm just going to blow up the accounts and not blow them, but reset them and start over. Wait, hold on. No, actually, no, I don't need to do that either. I can just maintain the DLL and just trade slowly. Never mind. I know I don't need to do anything. It won't affect me at all. I'm good. I need $15,000 more payouts to go live. I'm almost at the end. You got 9K, Harry? My man, congrats, dude. Congrats. How's it feel? You have your consistency done? So I don't know how true that is about the MLL. I don't know when the account's going to affect though. I thought they said sometime this week. Let me see. But other than that, the rule changes were good. Now you support Project X and Quant Tower as well. That's all good stuff. DLL increases to 4% of the account when you hit 6% profit and growth and lightning funded. Dynamic daily loss limit. Okay. But either case, all that does is all that dynamic loss limit does is to prevent somebody with like 50K of buffer like me from taking 30K of drawdown and still fucking YOLOing the accounts back up. I can't do that. So I don't do that anyways, but it's to keep kids from building a huge balance and YOLOing it up. They'll force you to take a loss at that 6%. And you're done for the day. So whatever the case may be, that rule won't affect anybody except for me and maybe the other handful of other people doing it like that. So the ETF static account is better. It's hard to say better because they're different. A static account is better than a end of the day drawdown account, which is better than a trailing drawdown account. And when I say better, I mean easier to pass. Better is relative to all the other parameters. You have to decide if you like the other parameters or not. Tit for tat, static is the easiest path to funded and payout. Because tit for tat, all things being equal, it's the easier account to pass because the drawdown doesn't move. It's the same. The more you make, the further away you are from the blowout point. Trailing drawdown, the more you make, the blowout point follows you the same distance away. Yeah. Tom's talking about the whoosh fan. Wait, on my funded? But I promise if you guys are trying to like, you know, battle it out in the prop space. See what Tom is saying.
Around. That's all I can say. Yeah, that's all I can say. So,
is he talking about whoosh fan?
I was expecting actually much audio virus. Yes. Oh, Ryan, you're sick too. You know, I was just telling this to Magnus in the chat yesterday. Like, I was having a bit of a stomach pain, and then later on, I had a fever. I
don't. 8 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, he did? Okay, hold on. Did they play the ventilator song?
RSVP on person and
gosh.
Oh! Hold on. They played the Whoosh ventilator song. I missed it. Okay, guys, we're gonna watch it together. Hold on. So, who actually wrote the Hungarian Whoosh fan song for Tom? This is hilarious. Okay, so we have the Whoosh fan song, you guys know, right? Somebody took it and translated it to Hungarian, and now he gets a Whoosh fan song.
Let's go!
Hell yeah.
Jesus, this is Hungarian.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yes! Yes, it's Crazy Friday, everybody!
Dude, that's cool.
I love it!
Was that the
Magnus,
is that the one that you wrote multiple? Was that you that did it?
Amazing. Oh my gosh. I love it. I gotta have this in my car too. Dude, this is amazing. Oh my God, it's so good to be back again. And so many emotions.
why we're doing it.
So Whoosh fan, if we can let Tom have Whoosh fan for his opening thing, it doesn't make any sense. The English speakers won't even know what it's saying. You know, Tom knows he's just rocking out to like a song about a fan. But the funny thing is, it was very appropriate because Tom's got a Whoosh fan in his office. He's got one right here. Look at this. He's always had it. I think we should just give him the song. It can be his song going forward. He didn't know it, but he's been in possession of the greatest thing in the world. He literally has a physical Whoosh fan in the back. It's like fate, right? So he's got the Whoosh ventilator song. That's a great intro song, dude. He never uses it though. He needs to use it more often. It's normally just blowing the stock market sideways. But if Homeboy were to aim that thing upwards, you know, I might add a little bit extra. Right here. Look, hold on, wait.
Jesus, it's Hungarian.
The moment in time where he realizes it's in Hungarian. Wait, let's pause it one more time. That's really funny. Is it HDMI fan? Probably.
Let's go.
He's like, this is a good tune. I like it. The moment where Tom realizes, wait, this is in my native language? That's a good picture right there. That's funny. That's the moment. I'm gonna click this. Hold on. That's funny. All right, I'm gonna post this on Twitter. Very good stuff.
Jesus, it's Hungarian.
So that's one of like everybody here's favorite song that we wrote for the contest. The Whoosh fan. We play this all the time when the market's gonna go up. Whoosh fan. I just drew a fan on the screen one time. I was like, hedge pressure blows it up like a gentle breeze, like a gentle whoosh. It became a meme here. That's funny. That's really awesome. You guys made his day. Was that multiple minded? I think is the one that wrote that one, right? Was that yours, minded? Yeah, you made a whip it out one too. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so multiple minded wrote that. That's amazing. You have to give you some credit for that. That was actually really funny. All right, y'all. I think I am done trading for the day. I'm pretty much chill on this. I'm not really doing much else. Just waiting. Yeah. That's really funny, man. But it's really good to see. Oh man, it doesn't have the memory of what I drew on there. But yeah, the 68 break to the 110. And then the market's, again, resilience isn't there. So it's likely to like work its way back lower. But I'm not shorting it. But man, we nailed it today, didn't we? I told him about it, but I think he didn't know it was coming. That's the thing. They surprised him with it. Are ES and Nasdaq so out of sync? It's really hard to say because Apple was moving and then Nasdaq moved with it. And I think that's what caused the Nasdaq to move. And S&P, nothing else is really moving. So I think that like Nasdaq moved a little heavier handed because of Apple. The sectors themselves are just kind of a little blah today. Nothing was doing great. Everything was just sort of like blah. But the idea that comms are what we're moving, so you know that's where you got like a lot of your Alphabet, Meta. That's like we're down today, but everything else is doing good. The tech, so it's kind of like the big tech, or sorry, the big comms companies not doing much, but a lot of the other ones are doing okay. Like Warner Brothers, 15% G's. Okay. Discretionary. This is where Amazon and Tesla are going to be. Everything here is down. Except for Tesla. So it's weird that like the sector is doing okay or doing terrible, but it's a couple stocks are doing good. So I think the weight that has on the Nasdaq is what's actually moving things around, and tech is just kind of sitting there kind of like in a garbage place. That's where Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft are. So these guys are all doing okay. So that's why Nasdaq is doing good, because you got these guys and Tesla are all kind of like actually moving higher. So today, yeah. So Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, and of your big, like your big 7 or whatever. So Nasdaq is got the weight on it to push it higher. Comms not doing so hot. Who's the rest of these guys? Oh, here we go. Amazon and Tesla. Tesla doing great. You have enough juice and like a 5% move in Tesla that's really kind of making things go. In Apple. Tesla and Apple, for whatever reason, I mean, that's pushing the Nasdaq alone. With everything else just mildly down, Nasdaq's getting quite ahead of itself. As you see with resilience being negative, it's really telling you that most of the stocks aren't doing this. It's just a handful of the big tech. So Nasdaq will be a little overstretched on top of the S&P. The S&P is back down to liquidity pocket. This is an EST trade for a second run for people. Looking pretty nice there. Yep. No. What's that? Give it to the dog. He likes bones. What's up? I'm what? What's everybody using what stuff?
Oh, music.
Oh, my music.
You said that.
Yeah. I don't know. Thanks for the maple syrup.
Oh, how
Yeah.
I got wrecked in bodies yesterday, guys. Body is torn.
Or what? Oh man. There's like light amber, dark amber.
I wonder you're so clear about it.
Oh yeah, like maple syrup is like, you gotta have the right kind, the right flavor. Now the maple flavor is where you get the different grades have the stronger maple flavor. It's kind of like the difference between Blanco, Reposado, and Añejo tequila. You're gonna have more of that sort of agave flavor in the Añejo, right? It's gonna be more of a darker, thicker.
Absolutely not. I can't.
Well,
Can't even tell the difference between.
no, you can tell the difference between cheap and expensive. Go buy like a bottle of Mrs. Buttersworth, which is like maple flavored corn syrup.
Oh, is that the one where like?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't know if she's still a lady. I think Woke America got rid of all the mascots of all the cereal and syrup brands. Is Mrs. Butterworth still around?
I think so. I think not. Maybe it was just a regular tall plastic bottle. Yeah, it's still a lady.
Ain't no more. Nah, look.
What?
Nah, they got rid of her. Look.
That's her.
No, Woke. I don't know.
No, that's what I.
Oh, she's still there? Is she still around?
Still there.
Oh, it was Aunt Jemima. What a tragic story too, because
What's Aunt Jemima?
it was one of the brands that Woke America destroyed. And like, I'm sure she'd be very proud of her legacy. She's a real person that built this whole thing, and they were like, you can't. I guess Mrs. Butterworth's still a thing. Yeah, Aunt Jemima got. She was a real person.
Oh, I've seen her plenty on bottles.
Not no more. You do. You know. They got. For some reason, COVID made this world fucking stupid. And after COVID, everybody got dumb and thought that was some expensive thing. I don't know. That's like literally your legacy, your family brand. And they were like, no, if your brand was like
Trader Joe almost lost their name. Oh.
Like if you guys were like, I don't say your last name, but your family's last names, whatever, and you sold some Vietnamese thing, and then Woke America was like, that's racist. You guys would be like, we're Vietnamese, like we're cool with it. Like you would have been all right, but
like all the flesh shops.
Yeah.
Oh, King.
yeah. Like these are actual, it wasn't just a fake mascot, it was like a real person who built, it was like one of the first really powerful female entrepreneurs in a time when female entrepreneurs were not common.
What do you mean no more Lando Lakes?
Oh yeah, Land O'Lakes got rid of the Native American. You remember Land O'Lakes?
Yeah.
She was kind of sitting there like this, you know? They got rid of that too.
Haven't seen the Michelin Man. Michelin Man isn't a real thing. He's a tire, isn't he? How can people be offended by a tire?
I thought the Michelin Man was like chewed bubblegum or something. He just looks like a lumpy mess.
Or like a squeezed marshmallow.
He's making fun of obese people. You can't get rid of him.
Somebody got real pissed.
Uncle Ben got lost too, yeah. We almost lost Cracker Barrel, but I think they reverted that, brought that back.
That was a.
Wait, is Aunt Jemima back? I thought it was such a, when I read all the stories, I was like, if I was in the family, I would feel so disrespected for them to change my grandma's name or whatever, you know, like I would be like, well, what the heck? But you know, America, you know, you look on social media, you just realize America's got really stupid since COVID. We've always been dumb, but
Teacher said the man is also a victim of this match.
wait, Aunt Jemima's back? Hell yeah, I'm glad she's back. Let's see.
No, the Aunt Jemima brand did not make a return.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this. Fucked up.
Look, she was like a real person. She wasn't some like actor hired to be a caricature or whatever. She was a real person. It's like fun that to be so weird. What's your opinion on people saying the US dollar is failing? I feel like my entire trading career is something I've heard. I feel like this is always something people have said. And US dollar is weakening over time. I feel like the crypto people made that argument much louder, but I mean, I think, you know, I'm halfway through my life right now and I've been able to use US dollars to live a fantastic livelihood. So, I don't really know. Anywho, guys, I got to get out of here early. I can get ready for this tournament in a little bit. But we got to keep Mrs. Butterworth for some reason. I know, just like woke America's weird. People are weird. People are very weird. I think you can watch the tournament on Tradeify TV's own stream. I don't have streaming set up or a camera over there on my laptop. I could stream it, but I don't have anything set up for it. I didn't prepare, but I gotta go, guys. Thanks for tuning in. It was an absolutely awesome Friday. Crushed it, 5 grand profit. Wish me luck. I gotta get on with my team, run some practice games.
Trends we ride with heads held high. Resilience makes the weak ones fly. Future volume crystal clear. Rocket scooter leads no fear. No more guesswork, no more loss. Seeing paths the others cross. Institutions will be seen.